So, it's 2:08 in the morning, and I'm just waking up from a dream, a kind of unpleasant dream, a very active dream world. I've been lucid dreaming since college. I took a psych class and read a book on lucid dreaming and started getting really into it, actually. Lucid dreaming is where you can control your dream within the dream. And you don't necessarily have full control, and I don't know how lucid dreaming works for other people, just me. But you can make decisions within the dream about where you want it to go. And you're aware that you're dreaming. And you might have different levels of awareness and different levels of control in different parts of the dream. But you can certainly choose kind of a path to take sometimes. Anyway, the other part of that is to increase dream recall and find your dreams really useful. And there's been a lot of very innovative thinkers, scientists, and all sorts of people who have actually used dreams as a tool where they've been able to synthesize the reality they're experiencing and come up with some kind of strange conclusions or innovations in the dream world. I'm very interested in the dream world as a tool. It's useful. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you about this particular dream, but I'll tell you the effect of it, the resulting thought I had after I woke up, and that is that I don't really have to interact with anyone in a way I don't feel like it. And the entire internet has kind of enshittified. There's actually a term called enshittification. It's really funny, isn't it? Here, I'll look that up. It's the way that companies use their users instead of serving them on the internet, and they use them as a resource to benefit from. And so a service gets provided, and they have a stated goal of being really wonderful and serving people, and then they become shittier. And, Facebook would be a classic example of this, where they say, oh, we're going to bring people together, we're going to help them communicate and all this stuff. And you know how Facebook has gone now. It's become a system that you barely see what your friends are doing. You have lots of fake friends if you were dumb enough like I am to accept them. I have like almost 5,000 Facebook friends, only some of whom are actual friends. And Facebook does not help me actually keep in contact with my actual friends because I don't see their activity. The feed becomes a bunch of sponsored posts. They're pushing advertisements at you. It's a free service, and so you are the product. And this is true also on other ones. I don't know what other systems you use. It's true of Quora as well. And the guy who founded Quora, there's actually two of them, but one of them quit soon after. Charlie Cheever quit. Adam D'Angelo continued. And he came from Facebook. And they were trained to lie to the user, and they had this really great mission statement initially, and then they wavered from that. And now on Quora, you see tons of spam, tons of fake people promoting their cryptocurrency or their OnlyFans account. Not that either one of those things is inherently bad, but there's a lot of just crap on there now. There's also something you can look up called the dead internet theory, that, the internet eventually just becomes fake people, fake profiles, and bots. AI especially is speeding that along in a very rapid pace where if a platform allows it, a bot or script can make a bunch of profiles and then now fill them out, look very real, be presenting stuff, viewpoints and all kinds of content that isn't even created by a person. It's created by, in a sense, a person, but they're programming it to just fill your eyes and ears with crap that they're making that isn't even from a real person. So that makes me not very motivated to publish even videos. Like YouTube is becoming this way as well, where tons of videos now are just content that was created by AI that is all designed to get views. You can make videos about how to get views, and those are very popular. Like the most popular videos on YouTube are about how to make money off of YouTube. And everyone just becomes kind of a fake Instagram scammer of some kind. They're all influencers and shit. And so anyway, the dead internet theory, definitely look that up. I'll try and remember to include a link to it. But like, why would I want to share my videos? This isn't just a problem of companies. And a lot of times people want to, they want to complain, the rich people are doing this, companies are doing this. It's also people who are commenters. And so people comment on my videos, and in theory, I should like any commenter at all, because that would then drive traffic to my channel and more people would then see my video. I actually don't feel that way at all. If you make dumbass comments on my videos, I don't like the interaction. I don't want to share the world with you. I wouldn't talk to you in person. You seem like a dumb fuck asshole. Not you personally, but maybe you. And if it is you, if you're one of those people that does that, that make little one-line negative comments, it's like, I don't give a fuck about your opinion, okay? It would be like walking down the street and just insulting people randomly. That's the kind of person this is that makes these dumbass comments. So I delete them or don't accept them, or either one. Sometimes I accept them and then tell them they're a dumbass. But like, why should I be offering my videos to the random public out there at all? Just like I don't like the companies that do this kind of bullshit, I don't like the individuals that make the world shitty either. And I don't care what demographic they're in, I don't care where they live, I don't care what type of person it is. I expect people to be relatively intelligent or make an attempt and at least be kind. Add to the fucking conversation, be a positive person. If you're just going to be a person walking around the street, kind of being insane and damaging people, lashing out at people for no fucking reason because you're frustrated in the world, which I am too. I'm frustrated. I understand the reason to be frustrated in the fucking world. But you're not being a good part of it. So why would I offer you anything? I don't even want you to see my face or videos. I should just remove myself entirely from the public internet and work with people to create a separate internet where in order to get into it, you have to be a verified actual human. Pretty low bar, but at this point it's like, there's going to be more bots than humans on the internet anyway. Fuck it, fuck the internet. I had delusions. I was first on the internet in 1985. I actually was working in software. Back when the map of the internet you could print on a piece of paper. It was all educational, military sites, stuff like that. And there was Usenet, which was really the first big worldwide conversation. And Usenet was pretty great. I liked Usenet. It opened my world up a lot. I had grown up pretty isolated. And suddenly I could actually be in a conversation with all kinds of people all around the world, most of whom were pretty intelligent and nice. Usenet is was a great thing. I assume it still exists. I don't know. I haven't checked it out in a couple decades. But I thought that the internet might bring people together, and that we would be able to share thought and have more empathy for each other and learn about each other's lives and make a better world. And instead, it's enshittifying the entire world. And lots of people have talked about that, about the social media experience as being a bad thing. In fact, I know generations like to criticize generations, but it seems like, and I hope it's not true, it seems like, like Generation Alpha is just total fucking retards. Oh, I'm not supposed to say retard, am I? Well, they seem like it, but it isn't like they're developmentally disabled. I'm using the word to talk about regular people who have the mental capacity to function, but they're growing up in an environment where they're surrounded by shitty stuff on the internet. And they're not acting in very pro-social kind of ways. And that's, out of my control. That's whatever, that's their choice, I guess, if we have choices, if we have free will. But I don't necessarily have to be participating in it. And that's maybe why I've made the lifestyle choices I have, to kind of check out of most of civilization. I'm not going to attack civilization. I'm not in a position of power to do that, but I don't have to participate. And a lot of people seem to think that they're entitled to my time or anything. And yeah, I'm putting my face out there. And maybe that's a dumb thing to do. So maybe I should stop. But I still would like to communicate with people, and I would like to communicate with them very deeply, and I would like to have an impact on how we can create the world around us. So I guess that puts me in a position of perhaps total withdrawal from the public internet and involvement in the private internet. One where you have verified that you're a person, you've signed a social contract, you will act in some way that is socially acceptable. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have a particular view of any kind, but you've agreed that you're going to communicate in a civilized way, like an adult. I hate the maturity argument. But yeah, you're acting like a child, because usually that's used to insult someone who doesn't agree with you or something. Like you have to grow up and be the way I want you to be. So I don't really like the maturity argument. But really, they're acting like they don't care about anyone else. They have no empathy, and I don't like it. Or that they should be in charge of everyone else in the world. I mean, I've talked to people who promote Sharia law as being enforced in the world for everyone. I've talked to these people on the internet, right? Muslims. And not all Muslims are like this, but some of them are. And they're really scary people. I am an Islamophobe in that sense. I'm scared of extreme Islam, because they're quite convinced that they should be able to take over all of the world, all of society. It's not good for women. It's not good for really anybody. It's a very fucked up set of philosophies. And yeah, I've read the Quran. I'm aware of what it says. It's very similar to the Bible, actually. I recognized a lot in it. And it's not the most complex book. And I guess there's a bunch more to Islam than there is just Quran, which I haven't studied in detail, so I'm not an expert on Islam or anything. But radical Islam, just like radical Christianity, is total crap. And I'm not interested. All the Abrahamic religions are very suspiciously fucked up. Like, I don't know who the hell Abraham was. I mean, obviously I do, if he existed at all, but he, somehow a bunch of fucked up shit came from that dude. So, but anyway, sorry, let's get back to the internet. So we can create another entire internet, we can replace it so that we have videos, like a YouTube site that is all videos made by actual real people with their point of view, or whatever it is, the wide variety of things people want to create. We can have ontologies to organize that. You can learn a lot on YouTube. And so I'd like to support a different YouTube type thing. And not with fake videos and shit. And I'd like to support a Quora equivalent that people can actually export their data out of Quora and import it into the new system if it fits certain guidelines of being useful, of being, I'd like to say rational, but unfortunately none of us are really in a very good position to say what's rational. By my standards, most people are not actually rational. But I have very hardcore standards. So it's tricky to make those decisions about what's good and bad, but we know that we have total bad in the public internet as it has become. And you could actually have social media in which people post, first of all, they're real people at all. That's the basic bar. And, when they post an ad, they actually are a person whose reputation is tracked as being a good seller, and that they're a real person and they only have one account, and that they're not scamming people. And you could have some level of trust because they're a real person. Now, they may not use their real legal name, but they use at least a pseudonym that is stable, or a set of them. I'm not really trying to lock it down into one particular vision here, but I know what I want to avoid, the enshittification of the internet. And I think we can do that really well. We can get 90% of the task done really well. Now, will people still try and game it and fuck it up? Yeah, they will. But we can at least not set it up to be gamed and fucked up, because that's how it's set up now. They actually encourage it. They encourage like negative conversation. It's like reality television, for example. They encourage conflict in many cases. It depends on the show. But you could actually have reality television shows that were really interesting and weren't designed for conflict, but instead were designed for, entertainment, education, creating amazing experiences, happenings. This is a term they used in the 60s and 70s. It's really interesting shit to watch and learn from, rather than just being garbage, like the people that you wouldn't want to meet, and whatever. So that's actually a task for a bunch of programmers. It can be done. It's actually worth doing, because we can imagine an internet that actually serves us. Wikipedia would be an example of part of the internet that actually serves us. And I believe that's run by a nonprofit or an organization of some kind that is dedicated to actually serving the users. Are they perfect? No. Do they try to do well? Yes. Facebook is not trying to do well. They're trying to make shit tons of money off you and lie to you about what their actual goals are. Google's original tagline wasn't one of their slogans like, "Don't be evil"? They don't use that anymore. Why is that? It's because they're evil now. They don't care about you anymore. They care about making money for their stockholders. That's it. You are the product. So we've turned our attention, time, and investment over into systems that don't serve us at all. They don't care about us. And I no longer want to participate in that. I don't have other options currently that are very good. I see that there's, Blue Sky, and there's other efforts. I tracked them over the years to create alternatives. They're often not very feature rich and not quite ready. And I have to investigate Blue Sky more to see if that one will be. But I've investigated many of them over the years, and I have a pretty critical eye when it comes to software. So far, I haven't seen things that meet the goal, but I would like that goal to be met, and I would like to then drop all of my interaction with these shitty systems that don't serve me well, and they have a bunch of idiots on them. And I'm not, just blaming the companies. I am blaming the other people. It turns out people are pretty shitty. Big surprise, I guess. I was optimistic before and thought that people were somehow good. And there are good people out there, but I want them served better as well. I want to communicate with them. I want to share my life and thoughts with them. I want to see their life and thoughts. I think we can actually improve the entire world. I'm still a delusional hippie, I guess. But the kind of people commenting on my YouTube videos don't encourage me. I block, you don't see the comments. I block a bunch of them now. I didn't used to block any comments. And now I do. But why am I even letting those people see my face? Why am I talking to insane people on the street who are going around just hitting people and insulting people and, they're fucked up? Why am I engaging with them? Because it's my only option right now. My only good option. And I am looking for good people. And so I keep having faith that people are good, and that's really misplaced faith. Misplaced faith. Yeah. Good luck. You're going to need it. It's only going to get worse.